right, welcome back everyone. Alex here today, and I'm going to give you a skill review for the Ranger. And this will be a skill that I never have seen in a meta build. I've never even seen it used, but I always thought it was a little bit interesting. And I went out, grabbed it, and took it for a spin. And I just want to share with you guys and gals how the skill works in the game and if it's of any use or not. The skill I'm referring to today is the elite skill, Practiced Stance. It's in the expertise line, and it's one of the few elite stances in the game. So for 5 energy and a 15-second recharge, for 32 seconds, and this is at expertise 12, your preparations recharge 50% faster and last 126% longer. Okay, well, that's great. It's clearly a skill that is meant for a preparation type of build of a ranger, and it really enhances your preparations. Okay, that's great. A couple caveats, though. One is that this does use your elite slot. So preparations that are elite preparations, such as Marksman's Wager up here, and any others, can't be used with Practice Stance. The other thing about Practice Stance is that it is a stance. So any skills or equipment that interfaces with your character while it's in a state that has a stance will benefit from the skill. So in this particular case, I have Royan's Horn Bow. This is a unique bow available in factions, and I get a plus 15% damage boost while I'm in a stance. So that's a pretty nice thing to have for your character. And that's always a nice benefit. But what about the preparations, though? Well, you can take the preparations and you can split them into 2 parts. So in my build, I actually have 2 preparations. Normally you don't run 2 preparations, but in this one, it may be viable. So for Ignite Arrows, a lot of preparations falls into this type of category, where the duration time of the preparation is longer than the recharge time. So for Ignite Arrows, for example, for 10 energy, a 2-second prep time and a 12-second recharge. Again, it lasts 24 seconds. It deals 17 damage to a target and all adjacent targets. Okay, well, 24 seconds is fairly long. Why would I want to use Practice Stance with this? Well, there are 2 reasons. First of all, in the heat of combat, at least for me, and maybe because I'm maybe not the best ranger in the world, I often forget that a preparation has expired. I am usually switching targets. I'm trying to interrupt targets. I am keeping my position in mind. I'm moving around. A lot of times preparations just turn off. And when preparations do turn off, you have to stop what you're doing. You have to re-engage for 2 seconds, the preparation, and then you're also spending energy. So in this case, Ignite Arrows, 10 energy, Apply Poison, 15 energy, and things like that. So you're losing energy, you're losing time. If you use Practice Stance, you'd have to do this essentially once a minute rather than every 24 seconds. And a minute is a pretty long time in combat. So that's a nice benefit. Is it enough of a benefit, though? That's the key question. For Ignite Arrows, Apply Poison, maybe. However, there's another type of preparation, and that, at least in Prophecies, is Choking Gas. Now here, in this case, it's a 15 energy, a 2-second prep time like all the others, but it's a 24-second recharge. That's a long time. And the preparation only lasts 11 seconds. Now this is a powerful preparation because it interrupts your foe and all adjacent foes. So this is very effective against groups of spellcasters or trying to keep a particular spellcaster pinned down with Choking Gas. That is very effective. But because it's so effective, though, Choking Gas is kind of nerfed. It's only up for 11 seconds and it's down for 24. Practice Stance reverses that. Here in this case, Choking Gas will be up just slightly longer than its recharge time, which means you can have Choking Gas on permanently, which means you can lock down a group of casters permanently. Now that is a very powerful ability. So let's take a look. So I'll grab some henchmen here. Let's see. I'll grab the normal crew. And actually, since I'm the archer, I'll kick the archer out. Alright. I'll keep this on normal mode. This is just for demonstrations here. And we'll go from there. Now, when you're using choking gas and you want to keep a group of spellcasters pinned down from casting their spells, it is worthwhile to get up close and use fast, low trajectory bows such as short bows, recurve bows, things like that. Okay, heading out here. And right out front of the door here, there's a large group of Grawl that we can practice on. And there are both melee types, and there are both casting types as well. So we're going to stance. I'm going to drop favorable winds. This will help my arrow speed, which is very good. Okay, let's get the preparation up. And I'm going to focus on the crone. Took out the Giblins. And there goes the crone. Keeping him locked down. Oh, I didn't quite get the choking gas off enough. There we go. And that's the end of that. So when you're running this build, the choking gas practice stance build, you are definitely an anti-caster build. And that is one thing to keep in mind. Okay, let's park the team here. And you know, we'll actually go to ignite arrows here. So these are mostly melee. There we go. Keep the stance up. Okay, so there's a group of casters in the back, and I accidentally hit ignite arrows, so I'm going to switch. Oh, and that is one thing you can do as well. In case you start a preparation and you forgot to use practice stance, you can turn on practice stance while you're doing the preparation, and you'll still get the benefit of it. Okay, I want those crones in the back, so. And now, let's get to work. Of course, this won't interrupt Plague Signet. And let's take out the crone in the back. And there's the crone. There we go. Let's switch to ignite arrows. Again, keep practice stance on. Alright, I'm gonna keep him pinned, so I don't want him chasing me. And let's rain death from above here. Okay. And last but not least, let's get the Grawl. Okay, we actually have a boss here, but he is a ranger boss, so. Oh, they got the healer. Let's see here. Is that a healer? Let's take him out. Actually, I'm gonna cancel. And let's take this ranger now. Actually, let's take out these enemies. Because being outnumbered is worse than being outgunned. And again, Ignite Arrow's up for a long time. I don't have to worry about reapplying it. Actually, I'm more worried about keeping practice stance up than I'm worried about my preparation. And now we'll deal with this guy. And down he goes. Okay. Let's grab the loot. And that's about it in a nutshell. Let's jump back here. Okay, so practice stance. Again, it's a good elite for our preparation build. If you have a build that's around a particular preparation, particularly choking gas, it's a very powerful elite skill, and I definitely recommend it. If, however, you have a build that's more versatile or is not centered around a preparation so much, there are a lot better elite skills you can put into that slot rather than practice stance. So it's really a judgment call. I think that skills such as, Marksman's Wager, Oath Shot, Melandru's Resilience, Barrage, things like that. Of course, if you use a Barrage, you're not going to use a preparation. They can be quite useful. But with a preparation such as Choking Gas, or Apply Poison, or anything along those lines where you need it up for the entirety of combat, and you have equipment and skills that can benefit from you being in a stance, if you can tune your build around the idea of being in a stance and having a particular preparation, then it can be very effective. It's just not an elite skill that's effective standing on its own. You have to have a build that really keeps it in mind and equipment that keeps it in mind, such as, again, as I mentioned, Roran's Hornbow, for example, or any kind of skills that can be used while you're in a stance, or equipment. Then it could be very effective. But again, it is kind of a one-trick pony. But the nice thing about being in a stance, though, is that it's very hard to knock you out of a stance. The only way to knock you out of a stance is that there are a few warrior skills that can do that, but you'll rarely run into them, if ever. It's not an enchantment that can be stripped. It's not a hex or condition or anything like that. Stances are very, very difficult to remove. And there's really only one class that can do it, and that's the warrior with only a few skills that they have. So the odds of you actually encountering that is very, very low. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. Again, always glad to do a skill review. Always glad to come back to Guild Wars. Haven't forgotten about you guys. Stay tuned to the channel, and I'll be sure to make some more videos. Take care, guys. I will talk to you soon. Peace out.